Um, I have like a bunch of questions, like in general, about Marth Fox, but
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll come up at some point when we watch the VODs. I give it a once over just to like make sure I had stuff to talk about.
Hmm.
Uh, Generally though, it's like I don't think I hit super hard, but I don't know if what I'm missing is because I'm missing execution or if it's because I there's like my fundamental flow chart is wrong.
Hmm.
Um, and also I think the other big thing is how to play while I'm up. Because I feel like a lot of times I'll be like up 3-1 or up 4-2, and I'll just like blow a lead like pretty bad
Yeah.
because I like don't go for the mix ups that I want to anymore. Um, I think my edge guards are weak. I think my like I don't think I have a good end goal of like how I want my combos to end also against Fox.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's just like, and also like Glasper specifically, like we'll do like double shines, and then like I'll do like a panic early up B because I just don't want to get killed at 0. But then I take like 70, and I don't know if it's worth it to go for that mix up sometimes. So
Hmm.
it's like stuff like that that like I feel kind of nervous when I don't think I need to.
Yeah. That makes
That's about
sense.
it.
Okay, that all makes sense. I don't have any real thoughts. We'll see it in the match. Actually, I guess the one thing that I think I'd want to cover is when you're comboing Fox, do you what are your thoughts on like the general way this is gonna be like relatively hard to answer, so
Yeah.
don't feel odd about it, but when you are comboing Fox, do you have like a general goal that you're trying to achieve for each individual hit from like different parts of the stage and that kind of stuff?
Yeah. So like the way I generally try to think about it is like 0 to 20, it's like tech chase him with like forward throw. Uh like get him to like a platform where I can do a platform tech chase. Um then like that like 40 to like 70 range, I like want to hit him up. And then generally I kind of want to get him over to the side of the stage so I can get like a tipper or a Ken combo or something, right?
Yeah.
But I think I struggle from going from that second phase to that third phase.
Hmm.
Uh because like I think a lot like this will show up in the VODs, I'm pretty sure, but like I'll do like early fair sometimes when it's like not time yet. I could probably milk it for one more up air or something.
Yeah.
Um, so it's like I don't know generally when the right time is to go for those mix-ups. Uh, and then like even when I do sometimes go for like those early fairs and it like sour spots hits them up a level, it feels like my edge guards are kind of weak, so I don't like convert even though it's a strong situation.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. That pretty much also answers my follow up question because I was gonna ask like on any given hit that you get against Fox, do you see just like the path to death, you know? And I think like with the parts that you know you might be missing, then that's something that we could work on because I think at least for me at this point, and I think for a lot of other players or top players at least, when they hit the dude from any given position, they can just like see the
Yeah,
outcomes, you know. You have to be able to like visual not visualize but like know the outcomes well enough to visualize them.
exactly. And
Mm.
I think sometimes like I'm not entirely sure of how I'm supposed to platform reaction tech chase, or if even if I'm supposed to like go for an up tilt read on some platforms, or like do the like waveland down where like it covers rolls but not in place.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I see them all like shown, and it's just like sometimes I'll watch Zane play and I'll be like, dude, he just hits it every time, and I don't know if, how he's reacting to this because when I try, I just can't.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so or maybe not that I can't, but maybe that I just don't know what I'm looking for.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. For what it's worth, I think Zayn has the secret cheat of being the second best player in the world, so he hits reads that do not make sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so like he just looks like he's doing the right thing every time because he just has played the game enough to have a good feel for the types of ways people respond from certain situations, which is also really important for combos because the same hit doesn't mean the same thing depending on
Yeah.
how you got it. Yeah.
And
And
I think sometimes I'll be like, oh, I would never, or like, I see Zane in this situation. He doesn't drop this, and like I'll drop it, and then I'll be like, no, I can still pick it up with like up tilt or what. Like if I go for like
mm-hmm.
an up air, and then I'll do a bad up tilt, and then they'll shield it, and then they'll shield drop, and then
You're
get a
getting
free punish on
cooked.
me, right?
Yeah.
And like it feels like a lot of the times I'll be getting reversaled out of those situations, and it's like that just
That
I don't
doesn't
know
need to
when I'm
happen.
when I'm cooked and just got to go back.
Yeah, it's like I think it's hard to tell honestly because the way that I end up viewing the situations, or I guess the fact is that I view those as situations rather than like any sort of combo thing. Once I drop the
Yeah,
combo, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in this mix up, and then I must play in this way, and then maybe I'll get
yeah,
another combo, and maybe I'm gonna run away. Who knows?
yeah,
But I
yeah.
think the fact that it is a situation rather than like a fuck I gotta pick it
Flow
up,
chart. Yeah.
yeah, then it like will give you more options kind of naturally.
Okay, because like I think I never exhibit that runaway, right? So I never get the like free hit, right?
Yeah,
Because they're I'm not playing a mix up.
yeah, makes sense.
So like yeah, like on certain levels I feel more comfortable. Like on the Yoshi story game, we'll see. I just like tipper him at 50 and he dies 20, right? Like, but like I don't think I have a consistent flow chart that really like can get me into that part where I'm trying to kill them at like 80 with like a juggle, like juggle, a Ken combo, like pivot tip or whatever.
Yeah, don't got the path. We can work on getting you a path.
Yeah, because I
Fortunately,
think like whatever I'm thinking about like mentality or like my neutral or whatever, because like I am thinking a lot about the neutral and like what to do, but like realistically I'll see the most results if I like clean up the punish, right?
yep.
So
If you kill the dude, it does not matter what happens in between because
yeah,
they will probably die more than you do.
yeah,
Yes, sir. That is melee. Okay. Let me stream this.
yeah, yeah. I see it.
Nice.
Also, the audio's fucked because there was dual stream. So
It was one of those things. Okay. This is super. It's pretty conceptual, but I think it is really important to talk about literally immediately because it's the base of Marth's play.
yep.
Dash direction is much more important than you think it is.
Okay.
Like the way that Marth works is like when you dash in a direction, that in and of itself ends up being like a commitment because Marth doesn't have traditional tools for like defending himself, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I,
not
I,
like he's a fox and he can run up and like, oh man, wrong dash direction. Guess I'm gonna like dash back air. It's like, nope, Marth
yeah.
does not have moves, you know?
You have to be positioned correctly.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You have to like the way that I generally like go about talking about it is like you have to be thinking ahead. And this applies to every
mhm.
situation in the game, but it's important for Dash because if you are thinking ahead, you will be able to like understand that like, if I move into this spot, these are probably the things I'm going to have to worry about. And then when, you dash forward initially from this spot and then have to dash back, it's like oh, if I move to the spot, I am kind of at Fox's whims. And so, of course, you make the decision to dash back. But then it's like you're dashing from further up. And so you actually can't get as far away. And then you're in this weird position because now you're slightly further back when
Yeah.
jumping from or Fox dashing forward, also jumping later. And then it's like, well, I'm getting shined out the air. And it's like all of
Yeah.
this even like occurred from the singular decision to dash forward for like 3 frames, you know?
Sure.
Yeah. And
As
it's
opposed to just like doing something in place or going back first, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's like imagine if this game started out, you drifted forward, which is totally fine, and then instead of dashing forward and then deciding to dash back, you're like, I'm gonna dash forward, I'm gonna fucking let it rip, and you dash back across the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
stage, and it's like that's
I
totally
mean,
fine.
I do that as much as the next Marth, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. The main takeaway is that like I think when you do decide to, or you just have to think of the dashes that you do make as like decisions rather than like I am just simply dashing because I'm moving around the stage. It's like
yeah,
when
exactly.
you decide to dash forward from this position where Fox is right here and could be attacking here and blah 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 and could be dashing back here, it's like I am now locked into these types of options where I could fair around the middle, I could go all the way over, I could dash forward, wave dash back, and end up right here while facing forward or whatever.
Mhm.
And those are the types of like decisions that you're looking for, right?
Yeah,
You kind of lock yourself out depending on the type of like dash direction that you do, you know?
sure. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, and I think it's going to come up a lot more because against Fox specifically, if you are wrong or like misjudge or do your dash slightly wrong, you will end up in a really annoying position.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think specifically against Glasper, he gives me a lot of space and does these running shines from like across the level.
Mm-hmm.
So like I initially saw success by just like pivot grabbing it, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes he catches me in these like mid ranges where I'm not like totally prepared to deal with it, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that I'm not being as deliberate with my dashes so that he like can catch me, you know?
Yeah. 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 That makes sense. Oh, that drifting was not good.
The one for me, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I think all these jumps are totally fine, and this jump is fine too. But I think the something I'm sure Logan's told you this, but like
yeah,
with Marth jump, every single time you press the jump button, you now have like a ton of frames to just look at the dude.
yeah,
And
yeah,
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 and a benefit of that is that you don't have to decide on your drift until later on. And I
yeah.
think, yeah,
You
this
can
is an
delay it.
example of that. Yeah, this is an example of where, like, I think you jump. It's also spacing dependent because there are spacings where you do have to decide on your drift early if you want to play the situation out in like a certain
Yeah,
way. Like if you're close and you have to jump forward early so that you could actually catch them, maybe moving out of that spacing, right? But then if you're
yeah,
further away, you don't need to decide your drift instantly because
yeah.
they're not immediately threatening you, right? Yeah.
Well, because I think a lot of the time or recently, I've been very like trying to break the habit that I've always done, like aerial dash back, blank into
Mm-hmm.
dash back, like always doing something defensive. And I've tried to experiment a little bit more with like drift forward aerials and like drift forward like late in air, that like stupid one that no fast fall. Um, but I think against Fox in specific, it just like it doesn't work.
It's a lot more specific than I think
Committal,
other
I guess,
characters.
is the
Yeah, yeah.
word.
I think it is. Fox is one of the characters that's fast enough to just snipe you out the air.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so if you're not doing a good job and like doing it accurately, you'll end up like this, where it's like I am jump forward fairing, and then the Fox does,
Yeah.
frankly, the worst run up shield of all time. He should be getting tipper fared on shield and playing a shit mix up, but
Yeah.
then he gets to like shine on a shield or shield grab, and it's like, damn, dude, that sucked.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the jump itself was good. I have no qualms with once you get to center stage, totally fine dash through, good pivot in air. I'm fine with this jump backwards. And this jump, and if you did it in place and then maybe decided to drift forward later, I would have been fine with it. But the jump itself
Sure.
was still great.
Okay.
Oh.
These situations actually, I'm really predictable in.
Mm-hmm.
Where like he'll hit me onto a platform, we'll kind of reset, and then I'll just do like a fade back shield drop aerial every time, and then like
Yeah.
I feel like I think this is an icky situation. Like this specific spot is weird for me in a lot of matchups, not just
Mm-hmm.
Fox.
I think it's pretty awkward for Marth just because he
Okay.
doesn't really want to be on the platforms, and the dude being close to him is like, you know, public enemy number one. No one wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marth doesn't want to be next to a guy. That's scary.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, it makes sense, but I do think totally fine a shield. I will say, I think as a thought, it is valuable for Marth sometimes to just stay on platforms because
Yeah.
yeah, it just provides variance in decision making, and they have to play around it differently compared to you just always shield dropping. Because when you always shield drop, you're always in the spot where if Fox just dashed forward, maybe he'll run up and grab you, and you don't want to
Yeah.
deal with that, right?
Yeah.
But imagine you stand on the platform, and then the Fox goes to read the autopilot shield drop aerial, and then you just wave dash past them, and you're wave dashing in the center, and he's running over here, and then it's like, oh, I now get to like start to position from center stage,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, it's like you could juke people out using platforms.
I think I do this fair because I'm like, oh, I can because I just SDI'd out of his up air. He's gonna do something stupid, run into me, run into a tipper fair, and then I'll get a grab off of it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But realistically, I probably don't need to be fighting out of the situation that much.
I agree. I think it is
Okay.
still super advantageous for Fox. Instead, a kind of melee rule is I think in the spots where like you're coming out of a pretty bad spot and there's nothing about the spot that has made it better for you. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's nothing about this spot here where you got out the up air. There's nothing about this spot that is good for you compared to like if you're getting hit by the upper. You're still cooked,
Mhm.
you know? You're still
Yeah.
on the platform. He could still shine you and pressure you. It's still a bad spot. And so it's like, you probably shouldn't attack out of the spots where nothing has meaningfully changed to make it better for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a big melee rule.
Because I think a lot of times I autopilot out of the STI because people just get hit because they stop playing neutral after that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just need to break that.
I agree. Secret technique, dashing forward here every single time is pretty good. I
Just
think.
like sprint out of the corner.
Yeah, literally just dashing
Yeah.
forward. Because I think that in theory, dashing forward actually isn't as good as people talk about it being. But
Yeah.
in practice, I think it is pretty difficult and requires Fox to be paying a lot of attention to actually like play around dash forward out of the corner well. And
Yeah.
the main benefit is that it lets Marth kind of flex his biggest strength, which is like being mobile, you know?
Yeah.
He has a good dash, might as well use it. And so it's like when you dash forward here, maybe you'll end up in an awkward spot where you are just running next to the fox and you can't use a move. Because it's not like you
Yeah.
can running shine or whatever, and you'll have to like kind of move around and try and juke him. But at the same time, from Fox's perspective, he doesn't want to like pull the trigger instantly once he sees
Yeah.
that you're
He's like, oh
close
my
to
god,
him.
I'm gonna get grabbed here.
Yeah, right. Like he wants to still respect the fact that your best punish tool is on the table. So he'll kind
Yeah.
of wait it out and he'll try and bait you into maybe grabbing early. But you know that means that you have more
That
chances.
actually happens a couple times later in this set.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think it's super. It ends up being pretty key to Fox Marth. So
Okay.
yeah, I think dashing forward here is good. It's just that shield fucking blows. Honestly,
Yeah, it does.
shield is just like by far the worst out. Like I'd be happier if you fared and then just nared instantly or starts mashing down tilt or like
Yeah.
run off the stage, up be the ledge. You know,
Yeah.
like actually anything would be better. Maybe even forward smash would be better. I don't know. Don't
Just
quote
a
me.
quick one, yeah.
Yeah, like
This up B, how do you feel about it? Like
uh,
the really early one.
it's fine because mainly okay. So I think the actual problem is the jump. I think the fact that you jumped here forced you to have to up B early. Because when you do the jump early, you can't hover in this zone because drop shine is always on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you're forced to up B early. And like, given the context that you jumped, yeah, I'm totally fine with the fact that you up B, but before the fact that you jumped, I would prefer you do something else. Like for example, I think falling down further and then side being, if you could see my mouse, like really low.
Yeah.
Like side being around here, and then jumping, and then maybe drifting in place, and then being freaky with it, or going directly under and baiting Fox into drop shining in spots where he can't or something. It's like I think that would be a better way to approach kind of getting randomly shined off the stage like this.
Yeah, because sometimes it feels like I'll go for that like in place drift so that he can't shine me, and then I just get randomly shined anyways, so I panic.
Yeah.
And I'm probably just not doing the jump in place correctly. I'm probably thinking I'm doing it better than I am.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times I just resort to this panic up B. But you're saying I should probably just trust that I know the mix up well enough. Like I've seen it.
You just gotta go lower inside B. Dead ass.
Okay.
If you go lower inside, because what happens when you go lower, Fox can't drop shine you on reaction when you go really low.
Yeah.
And so then if you have to force him to make a read to hit you, then the instant double jump actually is on the table.
Yeah, that's really scary.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, just as a thought, I think for Marths, it is really important. Oh, actually, okay, I do want to go back to the shield spot. Just because if you are shielding in the corner, it is probably in your best interest to not jump.
Yeah.
Like if you really are just like, I'm in the corner and I feel fucked, I would like really, really lean into like just holding shield or like trying really hard to get a super clean wave dash so you could stay grounded, because getting shined in any capacity, you got jumped like frame one of your jump, and
I think I probably tried to wave dash here.
yeah, you probably tried. And then this is just so evil because you can't get to ledge no matter what.
Yeah.
Oops.
Because based on how I think I would react to the situation, I feel like I would hold for a second and then wave dash. But, I can't really tell because he shined me like frame one out of the air.
Yeah, he was the GOAT, apparently. That also does kind of lead into the idea, too, of, like, it is worthwhile to, like, wait and shield until your opponent does something that gives you a signal that like lets you
Yeah,
know that you could move. It's like,
that
oh,
makes
the
sense.
fox dashes all the way back here. You probably have enough time to move before he hits you,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like something like that, like looking for signs so things like this doesn't happen or don't happen. My
Mhm.
grammar's tweaking, but still, it's like that is kind of what you want to do more often than not. Even more
Sure.
so than like lead into a timing. It's like use the sigma they give you on the screen,
Yeah, yeah. I'm reacting to something as opposed to reading something.
Yeah. Sometimes you're gonna have to read, but that's not it's fine. As a fine recovery. Boom. Regrab. I think up tilt's better than up air here.
On the
The
second one.
Yeah, the main thing with this one is it is it's too hard at this percent specifically when they hold down like this to get the latest possible up air, and then having them tech this up air is really shitty because you can't actually like it's a lot of things put together, but the fact that you're on the right edge of the platform, so you can't cover this part easily with like an up tilt. Maybe
Yeah,
turnaround up tilt hits, maybe it doesn't hit. It's kind of hard to
I
tell.
don't think it does.
Yeah, right. Like I don't think it hits either. And you can't upper again unless you want to get like a shit box, which is
Yeah,
fine. And you also can't react to anything. It's like you can't hit tech in place and tech away or tech in or whatever with one move. You either have to decide to up tilt or then up air, which makes it harder. And it's like if you just press the up tilt button for the second up, the second,
the second time.
yeah, the second time, it's like you could have just simplified it to the point where like, sure he'll tech again, but I just press the up tilt button and he'll get hit and it'll be
And then do it
fine.
again.
Yeah, and it'll be fine. There is also the added nuance, I guess, of like when you up tilt the fox on a platform and you see that they hold down but don't tech, you could actually react to the fact that they miss tech and just raw up tilt them, and then
Okay.
like true punish this miss tech animation. That is something important too.
Okay.
But yeah, I think this lens kind of leads into like a general idea of like up airing is not really the most desirable unless you could like get a fast fell up air.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
having
makes
to
sense.
like do it even remotely rising means it's super undesirable. It needs to be falling.
Okay.
Yeah. You played this scramble pretty poorly. I think this is an example of a thing where it's like I'm gonna get him,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
I gotta hit him, right?
yeah, but I think here it's like, well, you drop the combo and that's
It's
fine,
shocked.
but he's double jumping. You could also just turn around up tilt. He's a fox double jumping in
Yeah.
the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like
I
it's
definitely just thought I would hit him with the back air, right? But I was
yeah,
just
and then you're
so
confused and yeah, but I
now I
think
get back air.
it's kind of the cool part about the thing where it's like you look at these random scrambles as like situations is it's like doesn't mean that you need to not hit them, you need to avoid them when
Yeah.
things go wrong. It just means that you have to make the decisions a bit more accurately. And here this is a free up tilt on a fox with no double jump. He could get up tilt down air.
Yeah. He just died. We could
Yeah,
die here.
he could literally just die here for this mistake,
Yeah.
but instead he gets a lucky hit and it's like you might die. Oh, you do die.
Yeah. I thought I would land on stage, but
Yeah.
maybe I didn't. Maybe I thought I would beat him to the ledge.
Maybe it looked close
I think
either
I
way.
might have tried to hit him, but
Oh. Oh, you just fared early. I don't think you're reacting.
he does this side B at this height, and I feel like my fair almost always misses it. And I don't know if I'm just reacting wrong or what, but
We could
he's
check.
gonna do it a lot in this set, and I'll hit it a couple times and I'll miss it a couple times. But I feel
Yeah,
like it should be not that hard.
I agree. When you react to side B, do you use audio or visual?
I use the audio cue, but
That might be the problem because you fared too early here. If we look at the frames, one, two, that was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Guess when you're gonna fare? Probably this frame. Oh,
yeah,
next frame. See, one frame off. 9 is the audio reaction generally, and so
okay.
it's like you reacted to side B correctly,
I was
but you
early.
use the audio, and so it's like if you use audio, you have to kind of change your timing to delay it so it lines up with your move.
So is it more likely that I'm doing the audio timing for the Falco one? because that one's a little faster.
You should always use audio for Falco, but with Fox, you could use either. It's just that if you do use audio for Fox, you have to like sometimes adjust your timings
Hmm.
because you're reacting more than 5 frames earlier a lot of the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, instead
makes
of
sense.
reacting on frame 15, which, if you're reacting on frame 15, this would have hit perfectly and would have died. It's like, oh, you're reacting on frame 10. 5 frames, that is like the first hitbox of Marth Fair comes out in that amount of time, Like that's a
Yeah, it
pretty
comes
big
up.
it's a pretty big difference.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's the main problem. Just go on Knuckle Punch and set up a Fox CPU side being and practice delaying your fair while also still reacting at the timing you normally
Yeah.
do. Yeah. That's an easy fix. Oh, you messed up. Yeah. Did you mean to turn around before dashing?
Um, no, I don't think I did.
Okay.
I didn't even realize I missed that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think because if you
And
didn't
actually,
mess up, you get a free upper here, I think.
I will do a really bad jump in the last stock of the set. It's exact same tech flow. So
Yeah, that's something to keep in mind. And this ends up being a pretty important combo because platform tech chasing here is evil, but if you have good tech skill, you could actually hit a tipper up air right before he hits the platform with this percent DI. And
oh
so
really?
then, yeah. And then it's like, tipper up air, probably gonna get a fair if you can get good drift, or if not, you could do a soft up air, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Your movement wasn't very precise, I think. You had the right idea, which is to cover him doing a running shot from too far away, but I feel like you did not move into it very well. So it's like this fair is fine, this dash back is fine. I think one thing that Zane does to make these types of punishes easier, when you know that they're just gonna run forward to the spot right in front of you, instead of trying to like time his dash forward and dash backs to line up super easily, what he'll do is he'll do an especially long dash back and then do like the crouch thing, the
Yeah.
cactuar dash or whatever, and then he'll use that like he would do like dash back now, cactuar dash forward, and then dash back in, and then whiff punish this down air, right?
Yeah. He'll just go super far into the
Yeah,
corner.
like he uses that to set up the timing, and doing that is, I think, personally a lot easier, and also gets rid of the possibility of you ending up too close.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
so the inputs for that would just be like dash, like
yeah, it's like
the dash
run,
again,
run down, dash in the same direction you dashed initially, and then dash back
and then
towards
dash
the
back grab.
fox.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making
Also,
sure.
when you whiff punish, do you understand the difference between a pivot grab and a dash dance grab? Like in terms of what you'd use them for?
Uh, not really. I would generally the way I think about it is I pivot grab if they're attacking towards me, and then
Mm-hmm.
dash dance grab if they're doing something in place.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think a good set of rules to follow for whether you'd want to pivot grab or dash dance grab is like I generally tend to use pivot grab when I am using my dash to move out of a space initially that they would be hitting, right? And so it's like
Mm.
in this example, say if you were starting from right here with your dash back, I would pivot grab in this spot because I would move out the spot that he's hitting, right? You're moving
Yeah.
away from that spot.
Okay.
And then I'd use dash dance grab if I were already outside of that spot and then I needed to move towards it to get into it, right? And so it's
Sure.
like,
That makes sense.
yeah, say if you're dashing, and the way that the switching kind of works is pivot grab is a lot more useful, I think, when you're already closer, and then
Yeah,
dash dance grab is better when you're further, as like a general way to look at it.
that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think here, I this I guess ends up being the dash dance grab compared to the pivot grab. I guess using the
Yeah.
cactuar dash method, whatever the fuck. But like, I would have been a lot happier, even if you did the exact same dash dance pattern you did. If you did a really long dash back and then dash dance grab rather than
Yeah,
doing a pivot grab here.
that
Yeah,
makes sense. Because I
yeah.
think I was trying to pivot grab for the running shine, and I was just super late to reacting to the situation that when he did the drill, I just pivot grabbed
Yeah,
anyways.
you're just pivot grabbing because you're trying to hit the shine. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I think pivot grabbing shine is the correct thing to do most of the time for what it's worth. So you had a good
Yeah.
idea, but then it's also like I think yeah, you did just kind of misreact and then didn't realize that he was shining really far back, and then it's like, well, fuck, you
Yeah, he
know,
ripped it super early, and yeah,
it
that was
made it a
super
lot
annoying.
different. Yeah, I do think that it's not like you could necessarily. It's weird because if you are looking for running shine, it's not like you could react to the fact that you're running shine, and so that kind of makes me like feel weird about the fact that you're trying to pivot grab running shine specifically,
Mhm.
because the timings with the way you set up your dash didn't really line up. Like there was no
Okay.
like pivot grab on that running shine because of how far away you were, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
It's like if you were like right here and he started dashing towards you, oh, it'd make perfect sense that you'd want to pivot grab. But you're already the way back, you're back here. You're probably gonna dash dance grab something, and it's probably not gonna be running shine because what one important rule with Fox Shine is like he has to jump out of it.
Yeah.
And so that means that you could be ready seeing a shine to play the following mix up, right?
Mhm.
And so it'd be like, I think he's gonna run and shine, but I'm not spacing the exact way I want to. And so it's like I would worry about kind of playing around the grounded action that not grounded, the aerial action that he'd do afterwards, right?
Sure. Yeah, that
And
makes
so
sense.
then that's kind of where the dash and grab comes in, whatever the fuck, the whole
Yeah.
shebang. But yeah, that is the something important to think about with pivot grab, dash and grab. That is
Okay.
very, very important. Shadon.
Got him. I did.
Beasted. Good grab.
Between stocks, what do you feel
I mean, I think
for
going to
for
ledge is
for Marth?
fine. I think being annoying and going to side platforms is fine, and then mixing up between like waveland forward past them or waveland down and then shield drop wave landing past them or something like
Okay.
that. Um, I think just running on the ground and crossing them up is good because
Yeah.
you could. So the cool thing I guess about being on the ground is that you dashing forward signifies that you might run through them, and they can't tell if you're actually going to commit to it or not. And
Yeah.
so they might read, run through, and then when you don't, you get to like play the game normally because their invincibilities run out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Um, and then that's about it. Or going
Okay.
to
Just
ledge,
making sure.
ledge, platform, ground. That's
Yeah.
about it. This is totally fine. Good shield grab on that. Walk forward counter. Yeah, fucking beasted on. Um, I guess what you're supposed to do here is I think the walk forward is good, but I think you're supposed to jump into the
Yeah. You
counter.
are supposed to jump counter. It's just I don't think I've been hit by this in months. So
Yeah, no, this is like I haven't seen this upbeat work in this way in God knows how long, so
yeah. So
it makes sense.
I'm not that pressed about it.
Yeah. Oh, really bad double jump. I think he gave you ledge for free. He full hopped. You could have
Ooh.
just fallen and then like literally fallen the ledge. And it's pretty hard for
I
Fox to
honestly
hit
just
you.
don't think I was looking at his character out of the situation because I didn't know where I would be because it was a weird spot, you know.
Yeah, that
But I
makes
think that's
sense.
good practice for me to realize the situations where I'm not doing that yet.
Yeah. Good fast fall. You have your double jump. That's probably fine. You do die, but I will say,
He hits me with this a lot. Should I be SDIing that away
yeah,
or
you should SCI away.
okay?
Everything you can, just SCI like SCI the drill away, SCI the shine away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he hits me with like way more than I know I should be getting hit by,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's like a chump check, but I am getting hit by it. So
Yeah. Oh my god, you messed up super bad.
I fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, you dashed forward and it fucked up everything. Watch this. After this snare, boop. You can't. You lost your ability to punish shine, right?
Okay,
Just because you dashed forward.
that makes sense.
Yeah. And obviously, I think it's because you realized that he was dashing forward already.
Yeah,
But then I think that kind of I think it's fine that you decide to dash forward, but then it goes back to the thing where once you do a type of decision, you kind of have to commit to it. And so it's like once you
yeah.
do
I
that
try to
dash
play
forward,
both.
yeah. Once you do the dash forward, you got to figure it out. It's okay to run forward shield. It's okay to keep
Yeah,
dashing forward and cross them up. It is not
yeah,
okay to try and dash back and then still grab the thing that you're not able to anymore.
yeah.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
that's the big issue. Fine there, dash that good. Tech chase, up air. This was awkward because he died really far away. I did not think that was
Fox DI.
possible. I know. I actually do not think that's possible. But whatever, whatever.
But you think the up tilt's generally a good decision though?
Yeah, I think that was fine.
Okay.
I actually think Everything you did was totally fine. I would prefer up tilting compared to like re-grabbing there or something. It fucking
Yeah.
blows. I do think if you act perfectly, because you might have been slow to the up tilt, you can actually do dash jump and then hit an up air on this second place.
Hmm.
And so I think that means that you were a bit slow on something. I
That
can't
sounds good.
can't really tell if you're slow acting out of the up tilt or not, but I felt like you're maybe a few frames slow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe the up air shield pokes because it's coming from below.
Yeah, there's also that. Do you try and grab after that roll? Ain't no way. No, you tried the down tilt. You should probably just dash away.
I think I might have tried to just like crouch and then grab a nair, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I think dashing away here is just best. Because Fox, when Fox like is pressuring you and then his action kind of whiffs you moving out of the way, he can't chase you.
Yeah.
He just can't. And so if
We're
you just
basically in neutral here.
yeah, it's like if you just
It doesn't
dash
feel
away
like
here, if he tries to push forward, you get the perfect pivot grab timing, you know.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think the jump in place was good, but kind of missed the part where when you do this jump in place, once you realize that the fox is going for the shine, then you could change your drift to drifting forward,
Yeah.
and then you could actually grab ledge. And
Yeah.
yeah, that forward switch was kind of gritty. Boom! Oh, that was an up tilt down there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
Dash right, full hop down there. Waveland on stage. Fair there. I don't think you need the down tilt here though. I think this might have fucked some things up.
I don't think. Yeah.
So yeah, so the thing about this spot is you can act because of the further away that Fox's up B gets means that like the more that you can react to the angle that he does, right?
Yeah.
And so once he's like this distance away, where he can like, you know, make it on the stage kind of barely, but like, you know, whatever, you could actually like react to his angle and then like pick the best option you can. And so like, for example, you could be okay with letting go ledge and then forward smash straight, which is good, I think, compared to like down
Yeah.
tilt, and then get this exact same fair with dash momentum. Because this should be like you should be able to dash forward fair and then get a Ken combo off of this forward air.
Instantly. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of having to like get one more DI in read.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Oh my god, you messed up super bad.
I fucked up. Yeah.
It's fine. You are doing the air dodge platform a lot, but it's fine. Nice. Oh, you have to wave dash grab there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to realize because sometimes you can actually shield grab that up smash.
I've been practicing that spot, so.
Okay, nice. Platform's fine. I like the shield after. I think. Something happened that was weird and it kind of confused me. Okay, yeah, I think you reacted a bit. Okay, it's not that you reacted slow. I guess it's that when I see this spot where a fox is pressuring you and you like kind of slip out, when I'm Marth here, I'm thinking this fox desperately wants to hit me, and so I'm kind of more alert for the fact that he like might commit to something, you know.
Yeah.
It's not
I
even
think
necessary.
at
Or you go.
yeah. At this exact situation, while I was playing, I was like, he wants to up smash me so bad.
Yeah, I agree. I think the world knew he wanted to up smash, but then when he up smashed,
I wasn't ready.
you weren't. Yeah, you didn't like. You let your dash rip all the way, and then dash forward, dash back to try and catch him. And it's like you could just grabbed him. He could just been cooked, you know.
Yeah.
You probably could have grabbed instead of doing the down tilt on the air dodge. It's just like
Yeah.
he has to fall to the ground and then go through landing lag on the ground before he could do anything.
Maybe not in that situation, but should I be down tilting more? Do you think?
Uh,
Because I think it's a weird option because I think sometimes I get like lost in like down tilting and then I don't actually go for like high value options.
mm-hmm.
But then you see like Zane like use it as like a magnet, blah blah blah, whatever his description of the move is. So I don't know, like especially at like this level, I don't know how I should be using it.
I kind of feel like so far there haven't been um any like positions that would make me feel like, yeah, this is a spot where you'd want to down tilt, mainly
Okay.
because you've been like on one edge of the stage so it's like you've been here or you've been over here. There's been not that much game time where you've been like in the middle of the stage and
Yeah,
he could run in.
that makes sense.
And it's like in those spots where you have center and he's in the corner, I think it's fine to down tilt. Like you can down tilt, but the thing about
Yeah,
down tilt is I guess you just have to know that if you do it and it doesn't work, you are probably gonna have to play an awkward situation afterward, and you're
that
gonna
makes
have to get
sense.
good at that. Yeah. Oh, she'll grab the jabs. He wanted it. He wanted to die.
Yeah,
Oh, the roll's also a mistake. At this point, you could have seen that he's out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I right now in this whole situation, I was just thinking he wants to up smash me, and I wasn't thinking about how I'm gonna reversal him out of like doing something like a
Mm-hmm.
jabber, you know. Because
Yeah.
jab, jab, jab.
Jab, jab, jab. Dash back, dash attack. All this things probably kind of shitty. Probably not the best. Um, I don't think you reacted there very well. I think you saw that Fox had dashed forward, but during your dash back, you weren't checking if he actually did anything. And I
Yeah,
think if you saw that the fact that he jabbed, you would have, you would never have grabbed there. You
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
would have just dash danced. And
Because
then you
like, what am
die.
I looking for? Like, am I looking for him to commit to like an up smash? Am I looking for him to commit to an aerial? Right?
I
Like,
don't
if
know.
he's just running around doing these jabs, is that okay?
I think it's totally fine to ignore him jabbing. I think
Okay.
you just need to look for the stuff that matters to you. It's like if you dash back a jab, you don't need to worry about hitting it unless you're like it's a position where it's like similar to you pivot grabbing a running shine. You don't really need
Yeah.
to pay attention to these jabs. If he jabs and you know you end up in this spot where you're dashing back against a jab, it is you don't need to really interact with it. You could just be like, oh, he jabbed. I guess I'll dash back and then maybe pivot shield so I'm facing forward. If he does nair after it, and if he doesn't, I'll wave dash out down tilt to catch a dash dance against center stage or something.
Yeah.
It's like you could ignore him, but I do think when you're doing these dashbacks, I guess, or maybe in these percents where like Fox might be like kind of fishing, you just need to like look because a lot of the things that he could hit you with that matter, like a nair or an up smash, you kind of just need to see, and you could just
Yeah.
punish them anyways. You don't need to like be specifically ready for them.
Okay.
Yeah. You every time with invincibility, you've come down and done fair up smash, just as a thought.
Yeah.
I think it's better to down throw tech chase or forward throw tech chase, but I think it's
Okay.
better to tech chase at this percent than up throw.
Yeah, it definitely is. I just wasn't. I did doing something incorrect.
Yeah.
Um, but like, say that exact situation happened again at 40.
Mhm.
Do you think the fair is the correct decision for that?
I don't think rising fair is. I think so. If you were at 30% and you had this exact up throw and this exact tech happen, I think what you could do is you could. So you could do, um, like the same dash back jump you did. I guess you'd react to the tech earlier, which would be like desirable. Because then
Yeah.
if you react to the tech earlier, what you could end up doing is you could do a late fair here instead of an early fair, and then get late fair F smash,
Yeah.
and that would be pretty good for a read on like tech away. Um, or I think if you're going to like tech chase or combo more like typically, and you got an up throw this percent and they kind of DI'd like this, I think it's pretty good to do up throw wave dash back and then tech chase with up tilt.
Okay.
Because then if you wave dash, when you're at this position, you can only cover this portion of the platform, right?
Yeah.
And so
Exactly.
that's why you do the wave dash to around right here. And so then you could actually up tilt this tech, and tech in place right here.
Yeah. And
Um,
that's why you want them at 30 is so you have more time to reposition before you actually have to tech chase, right?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, if you could do late fair here instead of early fair, I think this
I could have
is.
milked it at least a little bit more even in this spot, but
Yeah, I agree too, because I don't think even getting a And once they tech to the ledge, I don't even think it's hyper important to get the perfectly true combo. Because if they shield and you get a late fair on their shield, they still fall off and get F smashed.
Yeah.
And so it's like you don't need to like really get like a guaranteed hit. You just need to make sure that the position is good enough that they will get hit guaranteed.
That makes sense.
Yeah. That was good. Good positioning. I like this fair. Really good grab. You did not react very well. The jump in this spot is good. I like this jump. You're positioned pretty well for the jump to work. But when you do the jump, you have to jump further back. And if you could get your drift to end up in the middle spot like before, then you could get a full reaction tech chase up air that hits everything. And it's falling and everything, yeah. Yeah.
A lot of times this situation, like, didn't we just say that the up tilt was better for like the in-play stuff, right? Or like if I know he's gonna hold down tech for like tech in place.
So what made that position different from this one is that because you're doing enough of up throw, you actually have the time to set up a jump to get a falling up air. Okay. Because if you get a falling up air and up tilt are essentially the same thing in terms of like how they hit the fox. Not like hitbox wise. Yeah, rising up air sucks.
Okay.
And so here, since you did it before you did it off the up tilt, and you don't have time to get anything better than a rising up air if you do jump.
Yeah.
And so you have to kind of up tilt again. But off the up throw, since he has to go up and fall, you have enough time to actually jump to make sure you get a falling up air. And so it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Nice, good dash tag. But then you thought he would not land before you could up tilt.
Yeah, I think that's all that was.
Yeah, on DI in, he falls faster. Like he hits the ground earlier than like DI away. So that's something to keep in mind when you're comboing.
This spot is weird to me because I like when I was like a newer Marth player, I would always do the like rising up air on tech in place, and then like it would sometimes combo to forward smash, and that they tech to the sides, I would just fuck it up entirely. And then I like started doing like the Zane edge cancel like down air on like the tech rolls, but then they started teching in place, and I don't really know how to cover everything, and so this is kind of the option that it feels like covers the most, but I don't really get a finisher, you know?
Yeah, you don't get a very good combo in this spot. I think so something that you could do that would help this specific combo is on this up air, instead of you could also do the same exact up air that you did, but drift to the platform. And then you would be able to actually get like, you know, short hop under here and then do a rising up air to tech chase, whatever the fuck or whatever. Or then like you could also I mean, it all, whatever. But as long as you land on the platform, you actually can get to the top. That's the important thing, yeah. But then after that one, that's fine. Because there you also, since I don't think he DI'd this up air. Even if you land on the ground, I think you had time to full hop up and then tech chase with double jump up air, slightly reading tech in place, and then you could get to the platform still. Like, I guess the main thing to say is you have to prioritize getting to the platform. Because if you don't get to the top platform, you're never going to actually kill him.
Exactly. If I full hop here and he does tech back, is there a way to cover tech in place and tech back also?
So I don't know how Marth upper works well enough to tell you that you can get a tipper upper on both. But
yeah, I don't think you can, but I could just be a skill issue, you know.
Yeah, I am pretty sure that you can't get a tipper up air on tech in this case, I think. Unless the back hit box has a tipper box. I literally don't remember.
Yeah. Okay.
So if the back box has a tipper box, you can, because the way that it works is when you use, I mean, you know how it works. You know, you full hop and then you double jump with the up air to tech chase, right? Yeah. And so if the upper has a back tipper box, then you can tipper tech in, but if it doesn't, no.
Okay. Because this just leads to nothing.
Yeah.
Now we're back in neutral.
Yeah, and now you're
And
in a
he's at
kind of
nine.
annoying spot.
Yeah, he's at 90, and I can't kill
Nice. He got fucking beasted on.
him.
This was very good. So, walking up to the ledge is good in case he side Bs, but once you realize that he's up being right here and he can't go to ledge, you just have to wave dash back. Because then,
Mhm.
if you wave dash back and he goes like the angle he did, you could forward smash it. He goes slightly up and doesn't land on the platform, you could forward smash it. And if he goes all the way up, you could walk up, realizing that he went really high up, and then forward smash it.
Yeah, I'm always scared to forward smash a battlefield because of the platforms being kind of high.
Mm-hmm.
But you're saying I should probably just still go for that, right?
Yeah, if you space the forward smash, it doesn't matter. You just
Okay.
need to make sure that the highest part of your blade is the part that's going through the platform that
Yeah.
he'd land on. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
These are
Because this fucking sucks and it's unedge guardable. This is just a super evil spot. But you need to jump earlier. If you are going to cover
yeah.
this side B, yeah, you need to make sure that you're jumping like now.
Yeah, he was falling from the top of the screen, and I just don't think I was reacting correctly because it was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, you just messed up your wave dash, so you didn't actually get the edge guard that the way you wanted. Grab ledge. Nice. I think you did. You mean the spot dodge?
I think I wanted shield drop up air instant, but
Is also the vibe I'm getting, but I was just curious.
it doesn't look intentional.
Yeah. Probably not a good neutral get up.
I don't think I meant to neutral get up either. I think I probably wanted to ledge dash.
That makes sense. Okay. Let's see. FD. I'm down to watch a few FD stocks.
Yeah. I do win the FD game.
Professional.
But I lose the other two.
Okay. I guess I just want to watch one stock and see if it's okay. Good grab. Forward smash could have been good, but you have to go further.
You just keep walking.
Yeah, because this forward smash is specifically to cover the double jump back.
Yeah, that's what I thought, and then I missed twice in this game. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you have to walk all the way forward. Like you have to walk to right here if you want it to work.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Nice. Probably not a good dash dance.
I should probably try and set up a late aerial, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Because I'm kind of just banking that he's going to do a bad aerial into the corner and I'm going to get a grab.
Yeah. I think one thing about Marth that doesn't really get talked about a lot is like it is difficult to set up your dash dance to like deal with aerials well out of like a raw dash dance, but aerials give you like an easier chance to set up a typical dash back punish, you know?
That makes sense.
It like creates a baseline or a starting point, you know?
It like creates a spacing that's favorable for Marth.
Yeah, yeah.
If they want to punish it.
Yeah. It's also just the fact that I think it is easier to not create, but like play out positioning concretely from standing still than it is from dashing. Like the fact that you are stationary after this fair, you know I'm dashing back from this point, and these are the things that I will, whatever. But when you're dash dancing, I don't know where the fuck I need to dash out of this dash dance to get exactly where I need to be. That's hard, you know?
That makes sense.
Oh, I think this was bad awareness. The fair was good, but he was walking away. He's DIing away.
DIing away, yeah.
Yeah. And that was really greedy.
Yeah.
But the grab was good. Probably not a good forward smash again.
Cringing.
Yeah, you're kind of cringing it.
In general, do you feel that the forward smash is a fine gamble to go for on this level?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe less so on this level. Because grab is so high value. I think sense. On the other stages...
Well, that's why I come down and rip 2 grabs, right?
Yeah. On the other stages, I'm totally fine with you going crazy with, like, forward smashes. As long as they're actual reads, I don't really have an issue with them.
Yeah, if they're reading something.
Yeah, that was a good there, or that was good that you realized where he was gonna be and then changed your like drift and fast fall to end up in a
Yeah.
better spot. But I think this is a spot where you don't really have the freedom to like wait and react, and you just kind of have to pick a decision. And I
Yeah.
think here you try to dash in to be like, I want to look and grab his little action, but it's like once you
Yeah.
cross up, you nair, you probably just have to dash back, dash in fair, or run off the
Yeah.
stage upbeat. You just have to pick,
Yeah, or dash out of the corner.
Yeah. I
Just
think
immediately.
yeah. Oh, nice up air. I don't think this up air was good. I think after the sub tilt, you probably have to walk F smash.
Okay. I
Um,
wouldn't even consider that.
yeah, I think it's either let's see, walk F smash or dash back, dash in, short hop, rising fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are the two ones because this up air, he's too low to the
Yeah.
ground and you just can't hit him. On this up throw, no DI in the corner. At this percent, you should do dash left, dash right. I think Zane would do full hop rising fair. So I will trust in Zane and say that you should do rising full hop fair instead of doing short hop fair here.
Okay.
Oh,
I do like the nair at certain percents, but this was just too high of a percent. I think you can jump out.
I think the nair is better when you're like more center stage e.
Okay.
Because when you're like at the edge, even getting a fair off the stage at any capacity is really good. Because
Yeah.
at these percents, he ends up low. He ends up at this height. He can't go any higher, so you can jab a lot of side Bs. You could grab ledge, wave line on F smash up Bs or whatever. It's like it's
Yeah.
pretty simple,
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like Nair, even with good DI, sends pretty fucking high. At this
You want
percent.
the angle more so than the hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
On this up throw that you get, you probably should be doing tipper up air.
Yeah. This is one of the situations I was talking about where I try to go for a mix up probably earlier than I should.
Yeah, it's like I think you technically could get fair F smash if they DI in, but it's also like, what incentive do they have to even DI in?
Yeah.
There's just nothing, yeah. And it's like you could also do the super secret technique, which is up throw up B or whatever. I don't really know how it works, but yeah,
it's a little awkward, but you can do it.
Yeah, like I think up throw up B here would be good, or up throw up air, tipper up air would also be good. I think this forward smash wasn't very great either. This is one of like
I don't like this versus Fox.
Yeah, that's like ooh, I'm in a weird position. I should pick a move. Oh, you missed. You had him. You cooked his ass. Tipper fair, noob. But even you weren't ready to grab him.
Okay.
And then here, you got this fair. You walk up, just forward smash him. Why do you wave dash? This is like an easy spot to check for if they miss tech or not, and just get an F smash.
That makes sense. Because I don't think I'm even looking for that. Ever.
Up throw up B. He's the GOAT. He's gonna side B. Oh my god, he didn't instant side B? He might be the GOAT.
He didn't do the same height side B that he's done the entire first game.
I know. How impressive. What happened here? Yeah. This is the problem with Marth is I think it is not very good to end up in this awkward position where you're too close to Fox by trying to fix it with like a pivot aerial. Like I think pivot aerial is very high variability,
Yeah.
I think
I do it a lot too.
Yeah.
I think it's like my go-to in my brain. It's like, ooh, I'm in an awkward spot. I need to get out of here. Let me do the thing that gets me away and sets up a wall. But then they just like run at me.
Yeah, it's just too awkward. There's too many things that could go horribly. Like I think it'd be cool if instead of pivoting, you're like, I'm going to dash forward, and then guess what? You just run by the Fox running into the corner.
Yeah.
And it's like, that was pretty easy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But you make it back because you're the GOAT, and you kill him. You don't tech chase.
I talked to Godorn about this, and he likes the weak up tilt.
Yeah, I think the up tilt's fine.
Okay.
Oh, you just need the tech chase.
How do,
Probably run up crouch.
okay. Because I usually try and set it up with a wave dash, but
I think,
yeah, I think I just have to run up crouch. I don't think there's another way I can cover it.
yeah, I think for wave dash crouch, it makes more sense when, say, like, imagine he DI'd this up till in and he ended up right here.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, I can't dash. I'll go past him. But then
Yeah,
it's
he's in
like,
the air for longer.
he DI'd away and he bounced all the way over here.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is actually a pretty hard edge guard. But I think secret technique, low key, might not. I don't know how secret of a technique this is, but after this F smash, if you just instantly wave dash forward, teeter
We're
here,
doing another one.
you could do another one. But I was thinking just wave dash teeter jab this side B on reaction every time, because this is the only way to like consistently hit this annoying distance side B.
Yeah, this is a really good side B.
Yeah, you got to do the teeter jab. That's like
Okay.
about the only way to hit it super reasonably, I think. Nice grab. Up tilt. Forward smash is probably fine, but could be potentially a preemptive combo ender. But he did like shit.
Yeah.
Up tilt. Yeah, that's fine. Just know that you can jump out here to insta kill him.
I do it a lot in friendlies, and I kind of lose that in tournament.
It's pretty scary. All right, let's finish this game, and then we could wrap up. Okay. Beasted on. Forward throw, down tilt. Forward smash. Could have walked a bit further. Honestly, I'm not a big fan because I think it's actually... So in that spot specifically, because he could have jumped higher than the other one, I feel less good about it. In this spot, what I was expecting, because you're also further back from ledge, I was thinking you do short hop, fair, you do short hop, late fair, and then edge cancel right here, or like teeter, you know, and then you get to jab this side B.
Yeah, you can teeter jab.
Yeah, because they're standing all the way out here, you know.
Yeah,
and I think that it's good because it covers him double jumping forward and also deals with this cringe double jump back side B.
Okay.
Oh my god, he got fucking beasted on, but you were scared.
I was somehow more scared than he was here.
Yeah, you probably should have grabbed sometime earlier.
Yeah, just ripped it.
Like any point during the dash forward. I get up forward smash with beast on him. Nair also works. Up air. Oh, you messed up your fastfall.
I messed my fastfall, yeah.
Yeah. You gotta get good at forward smashing these mistex after fairs. This is like, you gotta.
Like that's why I'm doing the fair basically.
Yeah, it's like you're doing the fair because you're hoping something good happens and he misses the tag, or like maybe he DIs in and then you get like another fair or something, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, see again, you baited up the up smash, but then you didn't just hit him. You had it. You literally knew. Boom, boom. Up air.
Yeah, I was just late.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should have been up there.
Yeah, I think up air would have been good here too. That was a really gritty forward smash. Like really, like.
Because like, it's the forward smashes like those where I feel like I really don't do those in friendlies. And then in tournament I just start ripping them.
I think it might be a thing where it's like when you play in tournament, you're like, I gotta hit the reads on the guy. Like I should read him, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, there's nothing about this spot that makes me think forward smash. I hit the Fox way, he's gonna fucking charge me. I should do something in place. And guess what he does? He fucking runs up and shields, you know? Oh my god, you messed up so bad. Oh, and you messed up. Unlucky.
Yeah, that tends to happen. But I'm in my solo practice era.
That's good. It's probably fine, even though it's not really that good. You just don't really have an option at that percent.
Yeah.
Up B.
Yeah, that should have been an up B.
I think, something you could do as a secret technique is if you react to side B and you're caught off guard, you should just crouch.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. But he was doing them so high that I was like, I know I can hit these. I'm just late or early, I guess, in that one situation.
Yeah, but I think here you weren't even like ready for it, and so it's like if you're not ready for it, there's nothing wrong with just pressing down. Because guess what? You crouch under the side B and forward smash him. And it's like,
Yeah.
maybe he'll take it, but if he doesn't, he's dead. You
Yeah.
know. Good SDI. He's gonna side B. Everyone knew. Um. Yeah, I think honestly, in a lot of these spots where you're like kind of getting close up to the ledge, you could go a tiny bit further than you
Then I
like.
think I can.
Yeah, like you could still have been walking, and you could have been like your foot could have been off the
Well,
ledge jabbing.
because here I thought he was gonna do like a full length side B.
Hmm.
So I didn't want to get hit by it. So I think that's probably just why I don't want to walk a little further.
Hmm.
But I might have the time to.
I think you have the time to.
Okay.
I think a full or like short and length side B. I think you still just hit him. There is also, I guess, the part of this that kind of matters is you had a pretty bad wave dash. Not
Yeah.
bad, but you did mess up the wave dash and also didn't go very far from it.
Yeah.
And so that definitely, maybe given those things, you actually couldn't
I
have,
could have been there sooner.
and then, been able to jab it. And maybe with the one you did, you couldn't have gotten the extra step, and then
Exactly.
the jab you did made sense. Yeah. Probably a greedy forward smash.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Oh, that was a good down tilt. Oh, he's getting beasted on. Tech chase. I think you started walking a bit too late.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it looks like to me.
I think once you hit this up tilt, you could be buffering forward like right now.
Yeah.
No. Or you have to dash attack this tech away.
Yeah, I need to be better about that. I have started doing that recently, but it's not like completely something I'm comfortable with yet.
It's not easy, for what it's worth. I think this grab might have been a bit greedy. I think this fair it's like, I don't know, something random is happening, but I think you could have seen the DI and been like, I'm gonna dash forward, but then realized that like you couldn't have grabbed and then like jumped instead and then started pressuring.
That makes sense. And
Yeah.
then that's just an awful spot for him.
Yeah, I think here too, actually. It's like you hit this fair, and it's like you can't grab off of it. You're drifting back,
Yeah.
It's like play the mix up. And so like maybe dash attack him, maybe jump again. But like you're not gonna get an actual like true punish grab. Wow, he got fucking shit on.
I don't ask.
That worked out, but I think the edge guard wasn't very great. I think what you should do is you should jump forward here. Because it's not even about like it's more like when you jump forward in this spot, you get rid of any weird shorten business,
Yeah.
That's
just covers everything.
Yeah, you just get to jump forward and you will hit the side B with the fair, and then if he up Bs or something, you can figure it out later and hit him.
Yeah.
Instead of having to double jab and then maybe miss it like you did the other time this game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we could. Well, I guess do you have any thoughts and or questions before we do recap?
Let me so in general, do you think like what should I like do you think I have a concrete thing that I should work on first out of that? Because like I think that's just like what I kind of want out of these lessons is like something I can take back and be like, oh, I want to practice this situation. Oh, I want to practice this situation. Oh, I want to practice this edge guard. So like there's like reacting to the forward B. We talked about that. But like as far as like other things for like neutral like to focus on, do you think there's anything that was like glaring?
I think if I had to say concrete things that you could walk away and like set up an Uncle Punch, were up throw combos from different positions and different percents. At lower percents, you can't jump because you don't have time. And so maybe that incentivizes either tech chasing or being really good at covering certain options on the platform when you do up throw,
Yep.
being cognizant of how you have to combo out of certain DIs and moves. So like for example, if they DI down an up tilt, you need to know exactly what you can actually do out of an up tilt compared to if they DI the up tilt in and then
Yep.
go airborne, right? Or
Yeah.
if you do an up air and it's a late up air, falling up air, and how you have to
Okay.
combo off that compared to rising up air. Um, there is also, I guess, this isn't really
And
something to sit down and practice, but it is something to be
it
cognizant
doesn't have
about.
to be that. I'm talking like even just like stuff that I can go into like a slippy session and be like, I want to work on this today, you know?
Yeah, I think maybe slowing down your play a bit and then being very cognizant of what your dashes are meant to accomplish and thinking
Yeah.
about like pivot grab versus dash sense grab versus jump,
Hmm.
and then try and think which ones that you personally want to use for each type of situation, kind of with the guideline that like pivot grab is better when you're closer and dash sense grab is better when you're further away initially.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have that written down. And I'm gonna try thinking about that a little bit more for like pivot grab versus dash dance grab.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
okay. Um,
I think that
I
might be
think
it.
that's pretty much it. We talked about the early FBs.
We talked about yeah, we did talk about the early Bs. And we talked about combos, bunch of different types of combos.
Yep.
Probably think about up airing more often.
Yeah.
And then when you do fair, be really cognizant of if they miss the tech because that's an easy forward smash.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
Let me write that
I don't remember anything else.
down. Yeah, I think it's probably fine for me because I don't think it's like anything fundamentally huge. I think it's just a lot of small things that I'm missing, and especially in tournament, I just kind of like shit the bed and like forget the things that I haven't done before,
Mm-hmm.
or the things that aren't like as ingrained in my play, right?
Yeah.
So like yeah, I mean I think now I have a little bit better of an understanding about especially like the dashes. That'll be like applicable to other matchups too, obviously.
I agree.
Um so yeah.
Okay, sounds good. If you have any questions, you can always just DM me.
Yeah, swag.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right.
All right, I talk to
See
you
ya.
later. Goodbye.
Peace.